This weekend's NFL draft came and went, and as many experts predicted, the Detroit Lions drafted quarterback Matt Stafford out of Georgia with the #1 pick. Stafford and the Lions agreed to a 6-year, $41.7 million deal. Some surprises this weekend. The Jets traded up and received the 5th pick, choosing quarterback Mark Sanchez to replace the retired Brett Favre. Texas Tech wide receiver Michael Crabtree fell to the #10 spot, but was scooped up by the San Francisco 49ers. But many were surprised when his teammate quarterback Graham Harrell was not drafted. Another quarterback who was not chosen in the 7 rounds was Chase Daniel from Mizzou. But Daniel will have a chance to play in the NFL. The Washington Redskins picked him up after the draft. Well, the NBA playoffs are now fully underway. Last night, the Lakers joined the Cavs and were the first West Coast team to advance to the next round. Kobe Bryant netted 31 points in their 107-96 win over the Utah Jazz. But the big story from last night was the Denver Nuggets demolishing the Hornets in their hometown of New Orleans. The Nuggets tied a record, beating the Hornets by 58 points. From the tip, the Hornets could not get it going. Chris Paul only scored 4 points, 3 of those in the first half. But the Nuggets seemed to be on one continuous long run. Carmelo Anthony finished the game with 26 points, while Chauncey Billups tallied 17 points and 8 assists. After last night's beating of 121-63, the Nuggets are now leading the series 3-1. And tonight, the Celtics are back in Boston to take on the Bulls in Game 5. Sunday's competition was not without tension. The Bulls tied the series at 2 games apiece after 2 overtimes. The Celtics were trailing by 3 points with 10 seconds left in regulation, but Ray Allen stepped up and knocked down a 3. But then at the end of the first overtime, Ben Gordon did the same thing and tied the game at 110 with under 5 seconds to play. But the Bulls then took hold of the second overtime and beat the Celtics 121-118. Game 5 is going on right now over on TNT. 2 horses training for this weekend's Kentucky Derby collided earlier today. The horse named Dr. Rapp took off running and collided into the back of Raspberry Miss, sending both horses to the ground. We have video here for you to see, but I warn you, it is a little graphic. Let's take a look. Raspberry Miss was taken to an equine hospital, but there have been conflicting reports as to what happened to the horse. Some reports state Raspberry Miss was euthanized, while others say doctors recommended she be euthanized, but then later died from shock before being administered the injection. The status of the rider on Raspberry Miss is still unknown. Meanwhile, Dr. Rapp is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The 2008-2009 NYU athletics season wrapped up this weekend. The spring teams had a successful finish. The golf team finished 4th at the UAA championships this past weekend, while the men's track and field and the women's tennis teams both finished 5th at UAAs. Now, NYU isn't a school known for its sports teams. I sat down with the Associate Director of Athletics today and asked him what the athletics department is doing to try to create more student interest. Here's what he had to say.
We've increased awareness the last couple years, and we have many more fans than we used to. I wouldn't say we're where we want to be yet. You know, we have goals and we want to keep marching forward in that respect, but it is considerably better than it was a few years ago. So we're building a program with people in the community and our fans.
That's all we have for the last sports segment of the semester. I'm Courtney Stockmall.